Well, hello and welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and yeah, I would think it's about time we finally finish up the whole nihilistic villains thing by doing a run based around Count Bleck. Hello, bird. How are you? How's my buddy? What's up, pal? He's just staring at me blankly. Hi, Cecil. What's up? Good bird. Alright, so... Oh, yep. So... Even though it seems a little silly to want to increase the damage done by something that just completely erases a single enemy, remember, it doesn't do that against bosses, so that extra damage will be a huge benefit. Now, Count Bleck also has a series of followers that are going to be represented by the Phantom Brigade. I have no doubt that my boy can teleport, because, full disclosure, it's been years since I've played Super Paper Mario, but I'm just going with it. I'm also choosing to represent the Mario series with the good old Mario Fireballs. So, take that as you will. And then, of course, in order to make things a little bit easier on myself, I've chosen to go with the robe that decreases my cooldowns. So there you go. I noticed that my runs that... And of course, I come across enemies that just completely negate my fucking fire. Yay. I actually don't even want any of those. Like, those are all embarrassing. I mean, that one's good, but it's not great. Yeah, there's nothing there that's, lighting my world on fire, so, oh well. I do see the memory chainmail over there, though, and I do want that. Now... Gimme. Sorry, I've been really concentrating on not dying here. But... So, for those who don't remember Super Paper Mario, or have been actively trying to forget it because it's, because it's different, and how dare anyone do something different. Which, by the way, that in and of itself should be enough to say I rather liked Super Paper Mario. It wasn't without its flaws, but I rather liked the game. And I'm kind of wondering why the game is saying anytime I fire straight up, I'm firing diagonally. Go away. Thank you. Now, one of the flaws that I think Super Paper Mario did have is that there was a little bit too much of a reliance on Mario and his ability to essentially 3D-ify the world. So even though there were 3 playable characters and the other 2 were super useful, more often than not, you had to use Mario just for his ability to turn the world on its head, essentially. God damn it. My controller is being more wonky than usual. And... hello, what are you? Dark Katana. Okay. I mean, to be fair, I guess it works with... those guys. Toxic Bolus. I don't know. I'm not really limiting myself as to which Arcana I pick up doing the Count Bleck run because, like I said, it's been years since I've actually done a run with him. Well, not done a run with him. It's not like he's a playable character of any sort. It has been years since I played Super Paper Mario, so So all the things that Count Bleck can do, I'm a little sketchy on. Here's what I know for certain. Count Bleck is the holder of the Dark Prognosticus, a tome that predicts the end as well as how to bring it about. Which, funnily enough, starts with, and no, this isn't a spoiler, this is right in the beginning of the game, he kind of forces Peach and Bowser into wedlock. So already you can see that things are kinda eh. And despite the fact that that seems like exactly what Bowser would want, he seems completely shocked and overwhelmed by the whole ordeal. As if to say, what's going on here? What? I just woke up one day and he put me in a tuxedo and now we're fucking married. And that would later become the entire driving force behind Mario Odyssey, but, you know, we're talking Super Paper Mario on the Wii, we're not at that point yet. By the way, the whole Dark Prognosticus thing and him trying to erase all the worlds, that is why I chose Absolute Finale, and it's also kind of the impetus behind Wanderer's mechanism, as I'm trying to make that specific skill stronger because that's what Bleck does, he just erases worlds. And I will elaborate on that a little bit more in good time, but right now I also want to explain who the character even is, because, like I said, not many people played Super Paper Mario, and, you know, it had its flaws, but I really liked the game. I thought the interesting way that they combined the traditional platformer mechanics with the... Hold on. There we go. Beautiful. And Ella's glass kite won't last forever, but while it does, let's make the most of it. Yeah, I thought that the combination of platforming and RPG elements was a really interesting idea that I could really dig. I also really liked, like, the story itself seemed a little eh, but I really dug just how dark things could get in that game. There are things here that I like, but yeah, but cushion flip-flops is about the best thing there, and make no mistake, I'm probably going to want that, but I also want to see what's available from Iris's shop, because I would love to upgrade my Mario Fireballs. Yeah, bye, Lancer. I don't care about you. Beautiful. Oh yeah, so on top of that, what you had was a really interesting story that kind of comes from a bit of a dark place. Like, the whole reason why Count Bleck is so nihilistic about everything is because he's been put through some trauma, and he figures that, you know, that instead of, I mean, it's a little selfish to be fair, but he figured since everything he cared about was taken away, that, fuck it, let's just destroy it all. No more pain for anyone if there's nothing. And yeah, that is kind of the mark of villainous characters, that they do things that are really selfish, and you're not necessarily supposed to super sympathize with that. But it is something that you're supposed to look at and go, I get it, you're still a dick, but I get it. Well, she doesn't want to upgrade my fireballs, which isn't nice. Although I could also consider throwing either cactuses or birds at people. I'm going to take the birds because I am going to Atlas's realm next, and I could use some sort of wind element. And I might work with Nocturne, you know, give him something in exchange for something else. And cushion flip-flops will be nice. And because this run isn't exactly focused on getting my signature as often as possible, what will end up happening... And there goes the glass kite, as expected. And granted, there was some stupid damage taken, so I mean, you know, kind of deserved it, but... The whole point of Ella's glass kite was to essentially give us a buffer zone to build up from, and I think it did its job quite nicely. So yeah, I openly admit that Count Bleck has a very selfish reasoning behind why he does what he does. But I mean, more often than not, the villains aren't supposed to be completely sympathetic. They're supposed to be characters where you go, yeah, I get it, but I mean, that was still terrible. Flak Gauntlet. Well, I don't have a melee basic, so I'm just hoping to run into Kremire so I can sell this to him. I'm gonna buy it just in case just in case I come across Nox. God damn it. Okay, my controller really hates me today. I guess what else is new? Damn it. Alright, there we go. That wasn't too terrible. Ooh, and another wind. Not bad. And you know what? I completely forgot to go back to... Actually, I want to keep it like that. I completely forgot to go back to Nocturne, and you know what? That's okay. But I think you get a really interesting taste of what exactly it is that Bleck is after when you get to the samurai realm. And this is often a turning point for a lot of people to say either they love the game or they hate it. Because you actually get to see firsthand what Count Bleck's abilities do in that realm. Because when the Chaos Hearts align and he actually gets what he wants, he's not just, you know, destroying a world like Kefka does. It gets flat out erased. And when I say erased, I don't mean like, again, I don't mean destruction. I mean there's literally nothing left. Like, you're trying to warn the I believe they're called the samurai, you're trying to warn them about what's going to happen while they're putting you through essentially what could qualify as the 100-man test, which in a lot of old stories about martial arts and the ancient monks, what that was essentially the 1 versus 100 test. The whole idea being you would have to try to use what you've learned to face off against 100 different opponents, not all at once. It was one at a time, and it would be opponents of varying skill levels. So you would sometimes be facing off against other black belts and masters of the art, and sometimes you'd be facing off against just beginner students of the art. There are 2 things here I like, and I'm kind of leaning towards the blinding binoculars because I do have so many projectiles. Go away. And I'm not entirely sure what these guys count as. Like, maybe they count as melee for some odd reason. But I'm gonna give that some thought, but right now my thoughts are leaning towards take the blinding binoculars. Hello, do you have anything good for me? Again, I know it's broken, but I kind of want to pick it up because it is at least a damage upgrade, and it also makes it easier for me to get to my signature, which I think is important. Although only really important against bosses, and even then it's almost more so just to synergize with the cushion flip-flops. Oh, hello, Pazu's favorite hat. Oops, I'm dumb. Don't you just love that history-altering magic? So, now to get back to what I was saying, because I got super sidetracked. Oh, Dark Sage getting sidetracked? Oh, that's never happened before. So, what happens is you'll just be in the middle of everything that's going on in the samurai realm. By the way, I'm a little upset that Iris is actively keeping me from getting nice things. Just saying. And hey, that's a nice cooldown reduction. That's a nice cooldown reduction. That's a maybe. I kind of want to just save my money for the next floor in case I finally get some Arcana upgrades. Okay, can you just go away now? There we go. And Cartographer's Quill. Interesting. Well, now I feel inclined to go finish mapping out the area, because at the end, that's going to be a rather juicy Cartographer's Quill, not gonna lie. Alright, where else do we need to go to finish mapping? Okay, well there's a tiny little corner over here that I need to get. There we go. And yeah, inadvertently the... Sorry, just got something stuck in my throat. But yeah, the Cartographer's Quill makes for an interestingly ironic relic, considering that in order to get stronger, to wipe out everything, we have to map out everything. So as you're going through this 1 versus 100, you're thinking, okay, I'm going to have to fight 100 actual opponents in order to get these guys to realize what's going on, because I have to adhere to their traditions. No, after a certain number of them, the world just flat out gets erased. Because that's what his plan was in the first place, is he trying to erase everything. And he finally got around to eliminating that particular realm. And it's unknown if that was just a coincidence from the story, or if he was actively doing that to slow you down. Because again, let's not forget, I haven't played this game in a long time. But he actively succeeds in destroying that realm, and all that's left is literally just a blank white void. Like, there's seriously nothing by the time he's done. It's chilling, because it's like, he's not just looking to bring about Armageddon, he's literally looking to erase everything. By comparison, you can rebuild from Armageddon. You can't rebuild from, fuck it, let's rub it out as if it were a drawing, and I just want to start over. Oh, that didn't work. No, I'm not taking Earth Knuckles. And I think between that and the River Twigs part, which obviously that was supposed to be a play on, the River Styx, but those two parts right there really symbolize, like, just how dark things get in that game's story. And it also is a big symbol of what I used to love about the Paper Mario games, is that the symbolism was on full display and they weren't holding anything back. Analytical monocle, yes. And I know we're not running into Cremire here, so I might as well dump this. Actually, let's not dump. I should. But no, I want to find Iris first and see if I can get anything from her. She's been very bad about spell upgrades, but I mean, eventually you've got a cave and just be like, alright, I'll upgrade your spells, jeez. Because right now, that would be worth a lot of capital for your business, wouldn't it, Iris? Oh, whoops. Oh well. I think what's really haunting about the River Twigs is the super strange music that they use for that area. And well, she's still not upgrading any of my spells, so yay, joyous day! I guess Iris woke up this morning and said, you know what? Fuck that dude. So, I guess one of the things I'm now curious about is this will increase my signature charge, but will it erase all of my signature charge when if the barrier that I'm using with cushion flip-flops takes damage? I'd rather not find out, so I'm just going to take the Paranamasikon. My attacks on council members are more punishing, but enemies hit harder. And then I will come over here, drop the limited edition robe, and take the sturdy wooden easel. Alright! Got ourselves a plan, as well as no upgraded Arcana. Because apparently we don't deserve it. Oh, I wasn't aware I had that. I had that up and ready to go. I would have gotten into space to hit him with multiple finales. No thanks. I know it increases my dodge chance, but I mean, it also lowers my critical hit rate, and if you haven't seen my build, I kind of like having a slightly higher critical hit rate. Oh my goodness, that did so much damage. Yeah, if you get right up in their face with Absolute Finale and shotgun multiple orbs into them, the effect triggers multiple times. So, yeah, Absolute Finale doesn't seem like it's great on bosses, but oh, it is. Oh, it so is. You just have to time your attacks correctly. I mean, you guys aren't going to get to fight, so too bad, so sad. Yeah, Big Daddy Bleck is one of those villains that they do try to make sympathetic, and to an extent it works, but it still leaves you going, but you yourself knew that this course of action was a little asinine, to be fair. Probably didn't need to go so far as to erasing the realms in order to express your pain and suffering. But, again, I would be lying to myself if I said I didn't get it. I do like increasing the potency of my poison. Part of the problem that I'm having with that idea, though, is that poison isn't at all effective against Sura, so I kinda don't care. I would rather get my other spells upgraded, and I have good relics already. Oops, I made an oops. Oh, finally she lets us upgrade that. Still can't upgrade my basic, though. And what about the birds? The birds deserve upgrades. Not you guys. You guys are fine. Okay, so what, you guys just can't be hit by anything? Like, am I just really that bad at this game? Also, why won't she upgrade my Bouncing Blaze? Iris, you're being a jerk. There we go. No, it's just unfortunate that I just can't remember much more about Count Bleck. I do know that he has a series of followers. You know, imagine that, followers who actually want to bring about the end. It's almost as if nihilism is like a growing trend or something. But he actually has followers in, let's see, Nastasia, Dementio, and Mimi. Basically a shapeshifter, as far as I can tell, a Karen, and a Dimension Warper, who, you know, spoilers, just, you know, if you really don't want to hear what I have to say from this point on, either plug your ears and start singing the I'm Not Listening song, or perhaps go, you know, clean your bathroom. It probably needs to be cleaned anyways. So, you know, there's your warning. Dementio betrays Count Bleck and decides to take the Dark Prognosticus for himself in order to have all the power and do what he wants with it. Now, this only happens after Count Bleck realizes that, you know, the love of his life, the whole reason why he went on this crazy journey of, you know, oblivion, is actually still alive and had been transformed into another state. Once he realizes that, he's pretty quick to be like, oh god, what have I done? And drop his campaign, whereupon Dementio, otherwise known as Douche Lord McGee, picks up and says, alright, well, screw you then. And, yeah. And I'm sure that there's dialogue that explains his motivations and why he wants the Dark Prognosticus, and why he wants to bring about the end of all things. I don't know these reasonings. Like I said, it's been a while. I'm also currently getting my ass kicked by a bunch of knights because the game won't let me cast spells. That was a little more damage than I wanted to take. Also, spoilers, Luigi, in a apparently mind-controlled daze, is working with them under the name of Mr. L. Now, I think by the end of the game that does get undone. Oh, she finally upgrades my other spells. Talk about waiting to exhale, huh, lady? Alright, we're back now. We have the combination to the air shield. Owie. You jerk. But I think the main reason why I wanted to do a theme run talking about Count Bleck is because I really do feel that Super Paper Mario is a more interesting game than people give it credit for. You know what? There. And yeah, I'm aware that that kind of takes away the usefulness of the Dark Katana, but I don't know. I'm not getting a lot out of the Phantom Squadron that I can't get out of upgraded birds. There we go. There we go. I think I hit him with 3 orbs. Again, really nice. You just have to make sure that your character's sprite is overlapping the enemy sprite, and then hit the B button and you're generally good to go. Well, I mean, I see no reason to... Hold on, I want to see what the red portal is before I jump into this. Because it's possible that there might be a cursed relic that I want even more. And erased. Of course, now Kermire shows up. And for what it's worth, yes, you can have this Dark Katana. But actually, this is rather fitting because in the end, instead of his cronies, Bleck ends up getting to spend time with the one that he loves, Timpani. And it's a bittersweet ending. I'm not sure if it's enough to redeem Count Bleck, considering that he did, he did make an entire campaign out of going out and trying to erase the worlds. But one thing I do forget is if he does it just to get rid of his own pain, or if he does it because he doesn't want anyone else having to feel that pain. Whatever the case may be, I still say, kind of a dick move, Count. Like, there's really no reason to have to do that. No matter how dapper you're dressed. But I think the reason why I'm so interested in talking about Super Paper Mario with people is because this is Paper Mario from back in the day when they were being experimental and doing different things with the Mario universe. And nowadays, every Paper Mario game that comes out is just a retelling of, oh my gosh, Bowser kidnapped that princess, she sure does get kidnapped a lot, yuck. And it's like, this is dumb. Not only have we seen this done to death, but Peach is not that hapless. When she puts her mind to things, she gets shit done. Did I make a mistake? Not really. And erased. Kind of. Oh, hello, Dynamic Disarray. How are you? I don't need you anymore, but hello. And gulp. I know I've heard that Paper Mario the Origami King was okay, but remember when Paper Mario used to be less about, oh my god, it's paper, isn't that crazy? And it used to be about, hey, let's do something different with the story here because this is an RPG and it's supposed to be about a story and party focus. Remember that? Remember when Thousand Year Door came out and everyone said this is essentially the greatest thing since, well, Mario 64? You know, back when you can have back when you can have Mario put on a wrestling alias known as the Great Gonzalez. Tell me I'm not the only one that remembers that. Oh, I'm hitting the wrong button. I'm trying to summon bubbles, and I'm hitting every button aside from the RB button. Oh, Dark Sage, doesn't that make you kind of an idiot? Yep, a little bit. Nah, I like what I have. Owie. You jerk. Get me out of here. Excellent. Alright, on to phase 2. So I guess, if anything, this episode was designed to make us all appreciate what Paper Mario used to be before it just became about yeah, it's Mario, but two-dimensional, because that's never been done before. Owie. Admittedly, I'm not fighting very well right now. There we go. So that was a little sloppy, but hey, I got the job done. And hey, for those of you watching, since we are talking so heavily about Paper Mario, why don't you guys post your favorite Paper Mario game in the comments below and explain to me why it's Thousand Year Door. And I will hopefully be back soon with another episode. Hell, maybe even a little bit more of a game I haven't played in a while. So, yeah, that about takes care of that, and Count Bleck in subsequency. So, thank you guys very much for watching. I appreciate your time and support. Do the usual YouTube like, comment, subscribe dance. Let me know how things are going. And we will be back soon with another episode. You guys take care. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and I will be seeing you.